Hello everybody and welcome to NASCAR.com GarageCam presented by Mobile One. I'm your host Matthew Dillner, live from the last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. And you see that floating above the cars? Yeah, that's not an illusion. This isn't a magic trick. That is Colossus TV, the Sprint Vision boards here playing on it, the brand new, Jumbotron, Sprint Vision, just giant television screen. Let's just call it that. It's insane. And it's hanging suspended by cables in the center of this great racetrack. And right here, Reed Sorensen's checking it out right here with Pat Trice. Hey, what do you think of this Colossus TV thing, man? This thing's kind of wild, ain't it?
Yeah, it's, I guess I've never seen anything held by cables that big before, so it's interesting. I'd like to see it with the wind blowing about 30 miles an hour, see if it moves, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
So is it kind of, it's weird that it's like kind of suspended.
It is, you know? Yeah. I don't think I'd stand directly underneath it right now, but no, it looks cool. I'm trying to remember exactly what the old one looked like, and I can't really remember it now, but this one definitely looks a little bigger.
All right, we were talking before the show about great moments in Bristol history, because there's been so many great moments here. You as a fan of this sport, Reed, what would your favorite memory, not of yourself racing maybe, but your favorite memory of Bristol maybe as a fan?
Well, I remember a lot of races when I was a kid. You kind of wait to the end, like the last 25 laps to watch it, because you always knew there was going to be some type of altercation. So just growing up as a kid, waiting for Bristol to come around on the schedule, we'd all be gathered around the TV and wait for the end of the race, because you knew there was usually a bump and run or somebody got spun out and maybe a little altercation after the race. So just growing up, waiting for, like I said, Bristol to come on the schedule, and enjoyed watching the races for sure.
All right, Reed Sorensen, driver of this number 55 here. This is GarageCam. If you're new to the show, well, there's no chat room to the right. You have to open it up. If you're looking at the screen here and you see this number 30 car, there's a little chat bubble, a white little chat bubble on the top left. Click on that. That opens up the chat. And, quite frankly, tell us who you are, where you're from, what you want to see here today on NASCAR.com GarageCam. And hey, maybe you want to see Jeffrey Earnhardt. Hey, we were just talking about Colossus, man. What do you think about this thing?
As long as them cables hold up, I think it's pretty awesome. It's pretty cool. We were talking about it in the rookie meeting earlier, just like how much that thing weighs and everything. And they said that even if one cable breaks, I guess the other three will still hold it up. So
we're good.
A little bit of reassurance. Just as long as two don't break, then we're in trouble.
Yeah. All right. Well, we were also just talking about, before the show, we were just joking around talking about great Bristol moments, okay? And I know your family has had some great moments here at Bristol Motor Speedway. As a fan of this sport, what would you say your favorite Bristol moment would be?
I would say probably the battle between my grandpa and Terry Labonte. That was pretty epic. I mean, I think that's probably the most replayed clip, whenever you come to Bristol. So that's probably my favorite.
What do you remember about it that stands out?
Oh, just his comment. He didn't mean to wreck him. He just meant to rattle his cage. That was my grandpa. That's just who he was. Bristol's great. This is probably one of my better tracks that I've gone to in the past, and looking forward to testing it out in a Cup car. Never been here in a Cup car. Got Keen Parts, CorvetteParts.net on board, VisionRV.com. New pay scheme this weekend, so hopefully we can go put a show on with it.
All right, and we'll see him coming. This bright black and yellow machine right here, the number 32 Ford. And that 1999 race here at Bristol in particular that he talked about Dale Earnhardt getting into Terry Labonte. They had gotten together in, I think it was 95, and Terry, he came out on top. He hit the wall coming across the start-finish line, Terry Labonte, but was able to drive that thing with the nose all crumpled up into victory lane. But that 1999 race when the Intimidator, he got the best of Terry Labonte and dumped him. This place right here, surrounded by grandstands, this great Coliseum here in Bristol, Tennessee, 140,000 people here stayed after victory lane. As he's pulling the car up, I have never personally in my life heard so much of a choir of boos in my life. This place, 15 minutes, 20 minutes after the race, maybe 500 people left. There was like 100-something thousand people here, and the intensity level of that crowd never died down for at least 25 minutes. In sports, not just racing, I've never experienced anything like that night in Bristol in 1999. It was one of my first years here at the track, and what an experience to be a part of. Chris Busher, the Loves Truck Stop Travel number 34. Cole Witt, we just passed him by, and Michael Lynette, the number 46. Clint Boyer, top finish for Clint Boyer here, third place finish. A ways back, he and this team are really struggling, but he was making some comments 2 weeks ago about how they think they're making some headway and maybe heading in the right direction here with this Harry Scott Motorsports number 15 team. And hey, this is a type of racetrack, a short track, where it could be a great recipe for some success for Clint Boyer. This is the short track part of our season. You know, we got Texas that sandwiched in between there, but you know, with Martinsville, then Texas, now Bristol, Richmond, it's kind of the short track part of the NASCAR season. Matt DiBenedetto, the number 83. Hey, who was first in the chat? We got Justin Beatty here with the Sprint tablet. Rashawn is up monitoring, my buddy Rashawn, okay? So make sure you give him some colorful requests today in our chat room. First in today's interactive garage, Louis DiDonato. Oh, he hasn't had a pole position in a while. So Louis, welcome back to the P1 spot here. You're the first person pole position for you. You'd like to see Chase Elliott, your favorite driver. Louis DiDonato, one of the most loyal GarageCam fans. And you know what? We love giving you guys shout outs here in GarageCam, so bring it. Blaine Smith. Someday Hudson will be hosting GarageCam. My 7-month-old son is here in Bristol this weekend. He's at the hotel right now, hanging with mommy, probably watching GarageCam on his Sprint tablet and enjoying it. So yeah, maybe. I mean, second generation. This sport has been so much about family, whether you talk about the Allisons and the Waltrips and the Earnhardts and the Pettys. It's a big family affair here, and even the family that's here now, Michael McDowell, with traveling to these events with his children, his family. There's so much family here. David Reagan, a new daddy here, the number 23 ride. So a big congratulations to the Reagan family. So much family here in this sport, and it's kind of what makes NASCAR very special. Regan Smith, the number 7. Not much sponsorship on this. We've got the radio state deal here with Nico on the side of the car, but we need to see why. They do have a sponsor on the hood. That's a great thing. So Tommy Baldwin Racing, a hard-working group of racers right here, and Regan Smith, the upstate New York native, driver for them. Circle this on their calendar, a short track race for TBR. Landon Castle, number 38, pulling his best Houdini last week. Oh, Lord, did you see that wreck at Texas? And did you see Landon Castle navigate his way through the wreck? Call it luck, call it skill, call it magicianship. I just made up that word. Call it what you will. It was spectacular for the number 38. The Snap Fitness, Snap Nation colors on the 38 this weekend. Some of the cars just starting to get tuned up here as we get ready. Tommy Grassman, all the photographers getting ready for these drivers to come out. No real sightings yet of drivers. Maybe Reed Sorensen was out here a little bit. Casey Mears, the guy. Let's see some requests right here. Mike Smith, howdy race fans. It's Bristol, baby. You sound like my buddy Chris Rice, man. It's Bristol, baby. Maybe I'll get him to say it on camera. I'll tweet it or something later on. And there's Dex and the boys working here at Bristol. You gotta love it here. It's old school. We're on pit road. We're not in garages all comfy. We're out in the elements, out in the sunshine. And oh boy, it's like old school short track racing. But this place here is the most spectacular short track of them all. The number 44, Brian Scott. Danica Patrick, the 9th in the last race here at Bristol. Her top finish here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Not the top for a female though here. 6th place, 1977, Janet Guthrie. So much of her career and her statistics all point to Janet Guthrie. Because, well, quite frankly, in the Sprint Cup Series, Danica Patrick is the most significant female competitor since the great Janet Guthrie, who was a pioneer, per se, in the sport. And Danica Patrick kind of being a trailblazer of her own in this era of stock car racing, making it over here to the Sprint Cup Series and putting forth great effort with the Nature's Bakery number 10 and my favorite blueberry bars. But this guy, the last time we got him, this guy stole mine. You're in trouble. Bad Beatty. Anyway, Tennessee's Trevor Bayne. 105 NASCAR drivers have recorded Tennessee as their home state. And this is one of Tennessee's very own right here, Trevor Bayne. There's going to be some Tennessee love here this weekend, not just because of NASCAR. You know, Tennessee always brings it when it comes to NASCAR. But Peyton Manning's going to be here this weekend. Oh, we're speaking of great moments right here. Great moments on the Colossus screen right now. I think they showed one of the Bristol moments here just a second ago. That's why I got the tap on the shoulder. But man, Colossus looks good up there. That thing is huge. It makes even me look small. Hey, it's Mobile One GarageCam, and we always got to go by the Mobile One entry right here. Ty Dillon. Hey, if you're a fan of Bass Pro Shops, I am. Come on, they have a cool looking fish on the car, and quite frankly, it's an awesome store. But Bass Pro Shops with 2 paint schemes, 2 rides out here this weekend. The Dillon brothers running a family of Bass Pro Shop cars. Yeah, they may be racing for different teams this weekend, but both brothers flying the flag for Bass Pro Shops. That's a pretty darn cool deal right there. Exciting Paul Menard. We say that in fun. Paul's a good guy. Very exciting on the track, I'll tell you that. And the number 43 Smithfield entry, fueled by bacon, got Nathan's on the deck lid. Getting these cars turned around, pointing out, so it's an easy exit off the pit road for each driver when practice. The first Spring Series is about to kick off in about like 20 minutes or so at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So by the way, good morning to all you West Coasters. Currently in the media center, you might have been watching them on NASCAR.com. He has a win here before in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, so Ryan Blaney knows how to get around this track. Blaine Smith, can you see the Wood Brothers car? Oh, but of course, Stewart, Virginia, the Wood Brothers, a tradition in NASCAR greatness. And I'll tell you what, they're back on the map again this year, running the first full-time season in quite some time, so it's great to see the Wood Brothers, especially back here. When you see this 21 car, and so many great memories in NASCAR, but you also get to think of recent memories. You might think of, well, 2001, Elliott Sadler's big upset win here at Bristol Motor Speedway, a Virginia native from Emporia, Virginia, in a Virginia car, getting the win at Tennessee's Bristol Motor Speedway, right across the border from Virginia. So a big story that was, and so many stories with the Wood Brothers over the years. Ryan Newman, all these years, he still has yet to get a W here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. A lot of starts, and this Wix Filters paint scheme with the flat black, it's a pretty snazzy looking scheme here. Yeah, I said snazzy. Word of the day? I don't know if it's the word of the day. There's a lot of words of the day. We should pick up a word of the day. Anyway, Kyle Larson, top finish here, 7th place for this young driver. Gonna put on a show here this weekend, though. This is a driver's racetrack, and there's Mike Kelly and the boys working on this number 17. And why are we talking about the number 17 car here? Because quite frankly, they have had a really good 2016 so far, but Bristol Motor Speedway is arguably one of their best racetracks, a place where they've had 6 races. I believe 3 of those races have been top 10 finishes, including that runner-up here in the spring of 2015 for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. So a team that has definitely trended upwards in this garage throughout 2016 is coming to one of their best places. And here's what I look for, okay? Ricky Stenhouse went into Martinsville, a place that's, well, not arguably, it's his worst racetrack, okay? Statistically, he's pretty much horrible at Martinsville. And this team and this driver came out there, and they had a really strong run. So this low downforce package right here, and then the short track season, Ricky Stenhouse with some confidence. This team, this Zestfully Clean team this week with a lot of confidence. So look out for the number 17. Should be a strong pick on your NASCAR Fantasy Live on NASCAR.com. Casey Kane's Great Clips car. I was just talking to Greg Stump before. He just stopped at a Great Clips on the way here and got him a nice haircut. We need to get a Great Clips set up here so I could get my hair did. Jen Chappell, PR extraordinaire right there. I don't know why the drivers aren't out and about. It is so beautiful out right now in Bristol. The weather is perfect. This is perfect springtime mountain weather. AJ Allmendinger's number 47 Bush's Baked Beans car. And here is Chase Elliott, driving the Kelly Blue Book number 24 this weekend, talking to his crew chief, Alan Gus. So many great colossal moments. Talking about great moments, what's your favorite moment of it?
That's tough. I mean, I can remember so many good races here. Been fortunate enough to be involved in a handful for us. I'd say for me, the coolest thing I've done here is down in the pole in the truck race a few years ago. But nothing very cool beyond that. Definitely had my struggles, so hopefully this weekend goes a little better.
All right, what do you think of this Colossus thing? Look at this thing,
yeah,
man.
I know it. I was looking at that, and they've done some major engineering.
I do too. Chase Elliott driving this number 24, and he's a smart cookie for a young race car driver. Chase Elliott. Jamie McMurray, the number 1. Rolling on through here, Matt Kenseth, the winner, the defending winner of this race, the spring race, Matt Kenseth. Kenseth with 4 wins here in his career, so a very strong short track pick. The number 78 of Martin Truex Jr. And there is Martin Truex Jr. talking to his crew, the Furniture Row team, as we look over to the number 20 of Matt Kenseth. Jim Lees, can I see Martin Truex Jr., his hometown guy from Jersey. Oh, there is Truex. All right, we'll grab a real quick word with Truex. I'll extend this microphone over here amazingly. Hey, we're talking about great moments at Bristol, okay? I know you've struggled here in the past, maybe statistically, but as a fan of the sport, what would your favorite moment at Bristol be?
Too many to list.
Tough one.
Just love racing. You love watching racing here. I guess Earnhardt and Labonte had a couple good ones. Those were all pretty high on my list.
All right, what do you think of this Colossus screen above you?
It's insane. I hope it doesn't fall down.
Martin Truex Jr. right there. I mean, that seems to be the fear here with Colossus. Even Matt Kenseth here is looking up at Colossus. Taking a look at that giant big screen suspended above there. All right, Kenseth, what do you think of Colossus up there, man?
Well, my 54-year-old engine tuner over there, Mr. Wilson, is trying to tell us that he can hit the bottom of it with a football, that he can punt a football into
Really?
it. So we're all, of course, betting's illegal, so we're not putting real money on it.
No,
But
monopoly.
we're hypothetically saying, putting odds on whether he can hit it or not. So there's no way.
All right.
And Jason was just trying to tell me that he knew a punter in high school that could punt over it.
Oh, that's baloney.
Yeah, so there's a lot of optimism in the 20 team today.
Yeah, well, that can transfer over pretty well with you. We were talking about great moments here at Bristol, and you've been part of a lot of great moments, 4 wins here. What's your favorite moment, besides being in Victory Lane here, as a fan at Bristol?
As a fan, I don't know if it's my favorite moment necessarily. For sure not my favorite moment, but the most memorable one as a fan before I started racing here in the Cup Series was watching Earnhardt when he wrecked Labonte that time. Labonte, Terry had tires, passed him on the outside, did everything right. Earnhardt knew he was going to be beat, so he wiped him out. And that was a crazy, controversial ending. People fighting and yelling, and fans going nuts. So I was at home watching on TV.
Join us on NASCAR.com GarageCam. It seems to be that would be the favorite moment of everybody here was when the Black 3 of Dale Earnhardt took Terry Labonte out there. And Bass Pro Shops brother combination, the second half of it right here. Trinity Miller. Is anyone else a huge Brad Keselowski fan like me? Well, I'm sure they are. I mean, who doesn't love the blue deuce? Well, the white deuce this weekend. It's got blue on it. That's okay. This number 2 has been a part of so many great moments here at Bristol Motor Speedway as well. Not just with Brad Keselowski and his 2 wins in 2011 and in 2012, but also here with Rusty Wallace, and well, maybe some sour moments for Rusty Wallace fans as well, with Jeff Gordon bumping the two out of the way, the bump and run, the famed bump and run that you see here so many times throughout the history of this short track, and that's what short track racing's all about, baby. It's physicality. Oh, you gotta love it. Denny Hamlin, Virginia native right here, the number 11 car, the FedEx machine, Denny Hamlin. He's got a win here, 2012. Jersey's Mark Truex Jr. still has yet to get a win here. But that 78 team is rolling. That carbon fiber black on that thing, that looks really cool. If you can see that up close, it's pretty awesome. Kurt Busch here, 30 start. Here's Danica Patrick rolling by with her Nature's Bakery suit right there. Danica giving you all a wave on NASCAR.com GarageCam. Kurt Busch here with 5 wins, tied with his brother with 5 wins here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. But you know, Kurt Busch has done it in like 30 starts. Kyle Busch, 21 starts. Wow. But still, 5 wins is 5 wins. That's pretty darn awesome. Dale Earnhardt Jr., the nationwide ride. He's got a win here in 2004 for Dale Earnhardt Jr. And I'm sure Junebug's got some big memories here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Hey, Joey Logano fans, check out that paint scheme. Orange and blue, kind of like my New York Islanders who won last night. Oh, baby, I had to say it. It's loud here at Bristol as we're ready for the final moments here before practice. Built for speed on the side of this number 19 of Carl Edwards. Comcast for business. Ditech Home Loans. And the 4 boys, a good group of racers right here, pushing this number 4. Kevin Harvick standing by his pit box, chilling out in the Bristol sun. Oh, the yellow numbers. We saw them back last week. Pretty cool to see the yellow numbers back on the side of Jimmy Johnson's machine. This Chevrolet has already visited victory lane 2 times this year, so Jimmy Johnson pretty much locked into this year's chase, and well, he's a perennial chase contender. I mean, you got to expect it. It's Jimmy Johnson. It's 6 time, baby. Kyle Busch alongside. He's a man when it comes to Bristol Motor Speedway. 5 wins here, 18 starts, and then if you look over on the Xfinity side, 8 wins over there. So that's a total of 13 victories in his career here between those 2 series. Not to exclude his Camping World Truck Series wins, which off the top of my head, I know are a few. I know he's got at least 3 of those. So, I mean, you're just talking about a track record here at Bristol that is something just absolutely spectacular. You look at track records like that, and you think of people like Darrell Waltrip, 12 wins here, you know, winning, I think it was like 7 in a row at one point in the early 80s. So, absolutely spectacular.
Also a note on Kyle Busch, posted a video this morning from the 2006, the then Busch Series, now Xfinity Series race here at Bristol was delayed with a red flag due to snow.
Oh,
and
yeah.
The winner of that race was actually Mr. Kyle Busch. So you should go check that out. That was a fun little video to put together of crew guys doing snow angels, throwing snowballs at the fans. Sort of an odd thing to see at a racetrack.
I watched it this morning too. It was a really cool video to relive that memory there, Justin. And I mean, kind of NASCAR's snowball derby. Well, this guy's won a snowball derby in Pensacola, Florida, and then he won NASCAR's version of a snowball derby. That's kind of cheesy, but whatever. It's GarageCam. We have a lot of fun here. Let's roll on over here. And see who we can see. And the number 88 drive, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Man, I wish it wasn't so loud up here. Maybe we could talk to Junebug. Brad Keselowski getting ready to get in that number 2 car. All right, Brett Keselowski here, live on GarageCam. We're talking about great moments in history at Bristol. As a fan of the sport, because I know you really are, what's your favorite moment here at Bristol?
Oh, wow. Favorite Bristol moment? As a driver, it's winning here.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of fun, and been able to do that twice, so that feels really good. But as a race fan, I like action. So I liked when it was asphalt and the cars would run the high line and really like beat and bang off the corner and kind of converge. I always liked when the track was multi-group.
All right, Brett Keselowski, thanks for joining us on NASCAR.com. GarageCam, the Miller Lite Deuce crew right here. And there's the number 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. Scrambling here to work on this car, get some tires on it for practice. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. sitting here before practice. We'll ask him real quick. We're talking about Bristol and the Bristol memory. Earnhardt Jr.'s favorite Bristol memory be?
Man, that's hard to say. When Dad won here with no power steering was pretty awesome. Like that was 1985, but and he really barely won that race. Rudd was really fast. He just happened to get him on the last pit stop, and I think they took right sides, and Dad took left sides or something, and Rudd took rights, and it worked out for Dad. But obviously, when we came here and swept both the Xfinity race and the Cup race in 2004, that was we had such a great car, and it was fun because we took the shocks right off the Xfinity car and put them on the Cup car, and we lapped all the way up to 6th place in the Cup race. So we had like one particular run was 220-some laps under green. Everybody had to pit under green at one point. We had like a 22-second lead or something crazy stuff. I don't even think it takes that long to get around here, but it was ridiculous how much better that car was than the rest of the field that night. And you don't get cars like that. In the length of a year, you won't get a car like that. Those come along once in a career, and hopefully we can get close this weekend.
All right, buddy. Dale Earnhardt Jr., the Nationwide, is on your side. Number 88 here at that he had swept that weekend in the Xfinity Series and with the Cup car, but what a great weekend that was. I remember the Cup race for sure. What a dominant performance that was. Man, they really put a hurting on this field. Kurt Busch in the Monster Energy Haas Automation, number 41, and I'll tell you what, he's put a hurting on this field before. Has had some run-ins with Jimmy Spencer here. I'm sure that would be one of his favorite moments here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. How much time we got left here, Beats? 2 minutes, 2 minutes. No halfway here on GarageCam, but we got the 2-minute warning. Oh, that's a new deal. 2-minute warning on NASCAR.com GarageCam. Hey, we're having fun. Hopefully you guys, let's see the chat room. See if we can give you some shout outs. We've talked to a lot of drivers today, so maybe been a little minimal on shout outs. Rashawn working hard up there, getting us a wonderful request. Jeremy Whitfield, you want to see the number 4 Ditech machine. You're from Illinois. What's up, Illinois? How you doing? Donald Corbin wanted to see those Penske cars. We got to talk to one of those drivers, but the 22 over there. Donald Corbin, nice to see you, buddy, in the chat room. All you people, Renee, Tigra. Oh, Matt. Oh, you want to see in the office of Kevin Harvick's car. Okay, come on. Let's brighten it up. Here you go, inside the office of the Ditech driver. Sprint Cup Series champion, Kevin Harvick. There you go, Tigger. This shot's for you, girl. All right, that's it. We're getting wrapped up here. Everybody's hopping over the wall. This is time for practice number 1 for the Sprint Cup Series. Make sure to tune in to the Food City 500 Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fox. Listen to it, of course, on PRN. And heck, if you're using your satellite radio, tune into Sirius XM NASCAR. This is GarageCam. I'm your host, Matthew Dillner, loving it. Bringing you a GarageCam from the Xfinity Series at 2:30 p.m. today. Tune in, because that one's going to be a hoot. Practice is about to kick off. And guess what? That's time to go bye-bye. Until next time, folks, we'll see you at the races.